Today we're in day number 2 in our 7-day devotional for Mormons. I hope you're enjoying this as you read along with us in the New Testament and in the Old Testament. Today we're going to talk about Matthew chapter 22. And here's the big idea. God is interested in your whole life, not just your spiritual side. Sometimes in religion we can separate emotions and relationships and habits from this quote-unquote spiritual life that we're living. And what that means is on Sundays we look and act a certain way, but the rest of the week, or when no one's looking, we act like our real selves. And the truth is, God is interested in all of you. He's not just interested in the spiritual component of you. This lesson becomes clear in Matthew 22 in verse 36. Some teachers of the religious law, the Pharisees, they came to Jesus and they said, "Teacher, which is the most important commandment in the law of Moses?" Now, once again, they're trying to trap Jesus like they tried to do in John chapter 8 with the woman caught in adultery. But take a look at how Jesus responded to them. Jesus replied, "You must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment." Now, if you know anything about the 10 Commandments, this isn't technically any one of them. It's better to think of this as sort of the preface to all of the commandments. And in essence, Jesus is saying, yes, your spiritual side is really important. You need to love God with everything that you have. But look at what he says in verse 39. He says, a second is equally important. Love your neighbor as yourself. And then Jesus says this, the entire law and all the demands of the prophets are based on these 2 commandments. Now, this was pretty revolutionary because Jesus was saying to a bunch of religious people that your relationship with God isn't the only thing that matters. Your relationship with your neighbor is equally important. And look, even your relationship with yourself, that's your emotional life, that's important too. So in this passage, we call it the greatest commandment. Jesus gives us really a picture of what matters to God, and therefore what should matter to our churches and to our religion. And here's the short answer. Everything matters. Every part of you matters. Because God is interested in your whole life, not just your spiritual side. That's what we learn in Matthew chapter 22. Now go ahead and read it for yourself.